Hey Jamie. Hey Kelly Cat. Hi Kylie. Hey Bessie Bogle, how are you? Hey Michaela. Hey Lori, how are you? Good evening. Do we want to hear that one more time? Just one more time. Let people come in. Such a good piece of music. I'm so mad that they canceled this show. There was 5 seasons written. They only did 2, and they canceled it. So I'll never know what happens to Prairie. Hey Ramona. Hey Anne-Marie Palladino. Yeah, I did get a haircut today. I needed one. I need to shave next. I gotta get my shit together. I had to mow the lawn today. I'm just getting prepared to leave, and so I didn't want to come back to an overgrown lawn or head. Thank you, Jamie. Jamie says the hair looks great. What hair, I say? I cut it all off, but thank you. It's funny to me because like when I walk into a barbershop and I ask to have it cut, they're like, because I have no hair on my head really. If you look at this morning's video in comparison to today's, it does make a difference, but it really doesn't look like a lot of difference as far as hair is concerned. And so, I'll walk into, like, barbershops get it, but like hair salons, when I have like just a little bit of hair, it's like too much hair, it looks too messy to me. And they're like, what? Hey, Christina Davis Buffkin, how are you? So, but then it is noticeable. People notice it when they see me. They're like, oh my God, you got your hair cut. You look good. It's like, only like, maybe this much hair I've had cut off, but it makes a difference. It's weird. So, Anne-Marie, you probably can have a card. You just need to give me a moment. And I'm waiting. Ramona's here. Ramona, you've got a charmed reading, right? And I was thinking about it too, Ramona. You did like everything perfectly as far as sending over the payment and then putting in the description who it was for and what the topic that you wanted. That was perfect. Like that's like ideal because it lets me know. But there's already a section of that is the future. So you were saying you want to look at future stuff, but there kind of will be future in there. So I think we should look at your present time now and what you're creating for the future. Does that make sense? So when we get to your charming, we'll do that. And that will be like the focus. Because I know that the future's already on the board, so we'll see some future stuff. But if we just charm a total future, it's like, I think was thinking about it in meditation, and it will be sort of too broad. Because there's so many different futures and so many different possibilities because we have free will and free choice. So if we look at the present time now, what you're doing now, how you're thinking now, how you're feeling now, that gives us a better indication of what might manifest future-wise. That way, if something sort of negative or something that we don't want to have happen shows up in the future portion of the charming, right, in the future area, we can use that as a warning. Similar to like how I do my tarot, if you watch the tarot scopes, it's like the potential outcomes card, right? It's not set in stone, but it is sort of a possibility kind of thing. It's like the energy's kind of heading that way. So if it's something negative, we use it as a warning and we go, uh-oh, let's not do that. Let's get out of that mindset. Let's shift our perception, shift our focus. So that's what I'm going to do with your charming. I don't think just doing a charming on solely the future, it's just too broad because you could get up and move to Paris, tomorrow. That would change your whole charming. All right, everybody, I'm saging this space. I'm saging you guys through the internet, through the interwebs, consecrating the space. We played our music a little bit. I meditated quite a bit. I almost fell asleep during meditation. I think I took on a little too much today between the haircut, grocery shopping, all the other stuff that I did. I was out there on my little riding mower. I was actually enjoying it. It was the funniest thing. It was like, There was this song, I can't remember what song was playing in my headphones, but I was on the riding mower, and it's the second time I've used it, and it kind of intimidates me because I've never used a riding mower. But and my front yard is big, kind of, because I live on a corner lot, and it's just annoying to push mow. And so the riding mower has been new. I'm just saging the charms. Just give me one moment, sorry. Saging and consecrating the charms so that we can get ready to have our charming event. Prepare to have a charming evening. Don't worry, I'm going to put on some music so you don't have to just hear my voice. And I'm sorry for the ASMR people. I mean, if I have any, which I don't know that I do, but if I do, there's probably some bad spirits under there. Maybe a few under here. Smudge those away. Anybody behind me? Get off my neck, get off my crown. So I was out there, and there was some song, and they were singing something about life being beautiful, and it was just kind of funny because I was spinning around on the little mower, and I was having a good old time, and the sun was out, and my guns were out, and I was on my mower, and life really was beautiful until the motor needed oil and started acting weird, and I was like, oh shit. So I had to run to the store and get oil for the mower because, I have no clue how these things work. So, all right, let me move that out of the way because that's gonna catch fire. We don't want that to happen. All right, let me find some music. Let me find some mood music. And let me go put on the silky blue teddy. Get comfortable. And then we'll get started. I'll start taking names. Let me get my pad, my trusty pad, my name pad. For all of you folks that Alright, let's start here. Let's use up some of this paper. One moment, sorry guys. I got us some new charming music. Tell me what you think. I don't know if you'll like it, but I thought I might like to charm to this. I don't know, we'll see. Maybe it'll be good, maybe it won't. I don't know. We will see. Charming music. So I was meditating, right? And Ducky and I, where is Ducky? Is Ducky here yet? Hey, MM. What's the OMG LMAO? Are you talking about? Beyonce Knowles is in the room. Everybody, step aside. Beyonce be here. Oh my God, it's Beyonce be here. Shit. Houston, we have a problem. Whitney Houston, we has an even bigger problem. But this is not going out tonight, so saging you all again. This is pretty. This is new music. It's a new piece of music that I found that I thought would be fun to charm to. But, so I would wear... Is Ducky? Hey, Rose. Oh, Ducky's here. Okay, cool. We can start. I just want to make sure Ducky was here. Angel's here. Great. So the potty humor can start. Under that big dick. I was meditating, and I'm going to take a little consensus. Oh, and we need to do some house stuff first before we get started. What do you think? Do you think this would get on the plane in my carry-on bag or not? Do you think I should risk it? I was sitting in meditation and I was thinking about just things, meditating on like stuff, and your mind wanders. And then I was in the airport and I was thinking about, do I take my charms with me? Do I not? To New York? Is it worth it? Ducky thinks I should. I'm not really sure if I should. I'm certainly going to take cards to do the dailies and stuff from there. But I was thinking about bringing this, and then I was like, well, it is 2 bullet casings with crystals on the end of it, and it looks like an odd item. And, they could clock me at TSA and be like, no, you have to throw it out. And that I would, die. And then I was having all of these pictures of having to go to the like American Airlines desk and beg them to put this in an envelope to mail it back to my home. I was like, would I give up my trip to New York for this? It was this funny question, and I actually was thinking about it. I was like, I would, if it was like about like me having to like give this up to a TSA agent or get on or not get on the plane. I was like, I may not get on the plane. I know. That's what I was wondering. MM says it could be considered a weapon. Jen DeFiore says I wouldn't chance it, and neither do I. I don't want to chance it because it's bullet casings. I don't want any, and it's metal. I don't want anybody, and I don't want to take a. I could check it, but then I'm just sort of like, I don't really want to check a bag because I'm just going for a few days. That's the other thing about like taking the charming box. Like the charming box is a big wooden box. It's kind of heavy and it's full of metal items and weird stuff. But at least I think that would be a little bit more passable because it's small items. Doesn't look like anything like you could stab somebody with, but this kind of does. And so I don't want them to think I'm trying to hijack a plane with my pointer. I'd be like, let's fly over there. No, how about over there? No, Beyonce needs to go that way. To the left, bitch. But, I don't think I'm gonna chance it. I think that came up in meditation for a reason. I don't know. It was weird. It was a weird thing that just popped up in my head, and I was like standing in my meditation. I was just standing at the TSA thing at the X-ray machine, and they were making me open my bag, and they were going, "What is this?" And I was like, "You're not gonna believe this, but guess what I do?" And they were like, "No." And then I saw myself being like, "Do I get on the plane? Do I not get on the plane? Do I, what would I do? Oh, I'll have somebody at the American Airlines desk mail it home for me, like to my house." But it's just too much, because it's going to be early in the morning when I get there. So I don't think I'm going to take it. I don't know. Ducky thinks I should bring my charms so that I can do a charm reading for Kyle Gray, which I would love to do, but I don't even know if that's going to be humanly possible. Like, I don't even know how much I'm going to get to interact with him. I would hope a lot, but we will see. I have no idea. So to take my charms would be a lot, but then if I do get to interact with him and he's like, "You should have brought your charms," I'll be like, pissed. Pass, batch. So I don't know. I'm trying to decide. Wait, oh my god, Jennifer, yes. TSA is going to look at it like, what the fuck? Exactly. It's true. Rose says cards, just cards. Were they searching you in meditation too? Angel asks. It was just weird. It was like I was in my meditation and I was thinking about like the days to come. And, just sort of looking at the energy of like what is New York going to be like and getting excited. And then, pondering, it's a charm night, so charms were on my mind a little bit in meditation. And I was thinking, do I bring my charm box with me to New York? And if so, I know I can bring my little cards, and I'm going to bring my little wooden block. I'm even going to bring, like, my 2 little crystal towers and the obsidian mirror that it stands on. I'm going to pack all that stuff and bring it with me so that everything looks the same, even though it's going to be in New York. But I was thinking about this. I was like, I don't know if I can get this through unless I keister it. And then that's a whole kind of pointer that I don't really want to experience. You know what I'm saying? Angel knows. Right, Angel? Hi, Terry. How are you? Jen DeFiore says, then they're going to find the mood ring and be jealous. They'll be like, bitch, where'd you get this mood ring, Miss 1983? You need to take that back into 1983. All right, so let me get my pen. Couple of housekeeping things. I do have, okay, this sage is just going nuts tonight. It is just burning, like, burning. Somebody's got some, I don't know, going on. Couple of housekeeping things. 4 videos were dropped tonight on the YouTube channel and were dropped today. They were all unboxing videos for the 4 decks that we will be voting on. Please watch them on YouTube. At least watch each and every one and decide. give a like to the one that you like the best, or a comment to the one that you like the best, saying this is the one I like the best. If you like all of the decks, you can like them all, give them the thumbs up. But if there's one that you exceptionally like, let me know in the comments. And then I'm going to set up a poll when I get back in the group, in the Engelgeist group, for the group members to vote there also, but all of it will factor in so that everybody gets a say. YouTube people get a say, Facebook people get a say, and we all get a say in what deck we'll be using as of November 1st. But it's going to run for all of October, so you guys can check in, and as we grow, other people can check in and voice their opinions. But I've picked what I believe to be 4 really beautiful decks by 4 really, really talented artists. So, and each one spoke to me in a different way. So I think that they'll be cool for the month of November. And then, we'll use another one in December and another one in January. Keep switching it up, keeping it interesting for the kids. You know how it is. All right, Christina says she loves the heart deck. Yeah, it's a beautiful deck. They're all really beautiful. All the agents will pass around like, what's my mood? I'm literally LOL right now. I'm picturing it all go down. Stop picturing that shit, Jen B. Fjord. I mean, the easy answer would be I just check a bag and then I could take all this stuff, but I kind of got nervous about, I don't want my charms getting lost. And I don't want, them, the baggage handlers, they like kind of throw your bags around and stuff. So I would have to stuff it full of clothes, then lock it, and then put it in a bag. And, that way the charms wouldn't get like too fucked up in transit. But I don't know. I'll figure it out. I think I should take them just on the off chance that if I do spend time with Kyle, like if we get to chatting, I was in my meditation, I was trading readings with him. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if that's even humanly possible. He might not even be staying there. He might be staying at some nice hotel somewhere else. He might be whisked off. So, anyways. So let's get to Jen DeFiore says, oh heck no, you will get your bag back and they would be everywhere. No, just take a break and enjoy New York and relax. Send it overnight, hun, through the mail. That's a really good idea, MM. That is actually a really good idea. I wonder how much it would cost, but that's an excellent idea. Sending it straight to Omega. Hi, Tracy Day Dugdale. How are you? I like saying that. Tracy Day Dugdale. Say that 10 times fast. All right, so let's get started. Ramona Grimes has paid for charming. So I know that Ramona's on the list. She's my only reservation tonight, which is great. That's fine. Anne-Marie Palladino, are you still here? Did you still want a card? Anne-Marie Palladino, I'm going to put you on here. I hope you're still here. I hope you haven't ran away. Hey, Jen Nicole, how are you? Hi, Ann Jewel, how are you? Ann Jewel, you can have a card pulled. Yes, you can, my dear. I think tonight, if nobody else is planning on buying charm readings, I'm just going to do a bunch of card pulls and stuff for folks. Hey, Lisa Vanderhelm. Hope everyone, she says over on Facebook, hope everyone is having a blessed night while I am relaxing on my second day in Oklahoma. I'll be back. Cheers to all of you. MM, yes, you may. I got to figure out what deck I'm working with. I haven't even picked a deck yet. Suzanne Barlow, she wants a card. Suzanne, you're going to be down far on the list. I think you asked the last time and then you disappeared on me, dear, when I called you and I called you and I called you. So are you going to stick around? I just need to make sure that you're going to stick around if I'm going to add you to the list. Hey, Nancy, how are you? They're $25, Beyonce, and you can afford that, girl. You're Beyonce Knowles. So you would send it to, here, let me put the Linktree link in here. You would send it to this Linktree link on the PayPal, and then you would tell me what the subject is that you want me to charm on. And then I do a charming for you. Anne-Marie is here? Okay, good. Suzanne, if you promise not to run away, you can have a card, but I have 4 cards already set. 3 people ahead of you plus Charming. And if Beyonce comes in and starts spending some money, like Beyonce style, then I'm going to have her, she'll move in between the card pulls. So, does that make sense? Hey, Tracy Carlson, how are you? Thank you for sharing out. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Messages from pets. In what way? Through the charm board or from the card pulls? I've never tried that. I don't know. You mean like pass over pets? Or like just animal communication? So Jen DiFiore, you just sent over 25. All right, I'm adding you in after Anne Marie Palandino. Thank you. And it's a general reading for you, Jen. The contest, Lisa, the contest is just basically we're picking the deck for next November 1st, for this coming November 1st, right? We're going to be working with all the Witchwood Oracle decks during the month of October because it's a witchy month, right? And then I have 4 new decks that I have purchased myself that I picked out. That one is a larger published but still self-created deck called the Naked Heart. One is the Roots and Wings, the Rust Belt Arcana, and one is a made by a New Zealand artist named Hand Me That Pencil. Her name is Justine, and her deck is called Song of My Heart. So when you say the heart one too, guys, if you say, oh, I really love the heart one too, you got to be careful because I'll get confused if it's Song of My Heart or the Naked Heart. So you got to be, is it the Naked Heart or is it the Song of Your Heart? Which one heart are we talking about here? So those are the 4 decks, and what I'm going to do is, as people like the videos, comment on the videos, this is my favorite, and then I'll put a poll up in the Engelgeist group for you guys to vote on 1, 2. And then I'm going to take all of that into account over the month of October, and then on November 1st, we'll just crack open the deck that's the winner, and that will be the surprise, and we'll use that deck for, if not all of November, at least part of November. 1 second, I'll be right back. I just want to show you how pretty this is. Can you guys see this? I only had candles lit when I was meditating, and this is all of these crystals that were put, like they were glued together, and then I have a votive inside, and it's just casting the prettiest glow. So I'm bringing it over here closer to us so that we can either set ourselves on fire or have just some nice glowy energy. You know how it is. We could use the Ritual deck, which is also by Hand Me That Pencil, which I want to use. So I'm going to use this tonight because it is October, and I have done an unboxing for this, so this can be used. So you'll have a choice tonight of polls. You can either use, this is from the artist that is in the running for our November deck. This is from Hand Me That Pencil. This is Justine. This is her other deck called the Ritual deck. So we'll use this tonight. We will use Angel Meditations, because this one has, I haven't actually used this in a pick a card, but I have opened it up and unboxed it on video. So we can use this, so you can ask, which angel do you need? Or we can use, let me see. What else do I want to use? How about, we've never played with this one, and I really like this deck a lot. Hold on, let me grab it. 1 second. So these will be the choices of what we get to work with. Ay, Chihuahua. Come on! Get out of there! The universe has your back. by Gabby Bernstein, because she just wrote a book called Super Attractor that she released like just this last week. So she's all over the place right now doing all sorts of promo and press stuff. But she has a book also by the same title, and this is the Oracle deck that she released in conjunction with the book that she wrote called The Universe Has Your Back. And this deck, I've used it in a pick a card, and then I've never really used it for just card pulls, and I think it's really positive messages, and it will be a lot of fun. So those will be your 3 choices for those of you that are getting card pulls. So think about that while we do the charmings, but do pay attention to the charmings. As I've said in the past, spirit can be a little opportunistic and might try and get messages through somebody else's charm to you, or you might be able to relate to somebody else's charmings. But I will set those there for when we're ready to do that. And let me see here. Our Dan is on fire. Our Dan is on fire! Alright, let me just double check PayPal really quick. Wait, what's going on? Hold on 1 second, sorry guys. Alright, we're ready to get started. Mary Lyman's is for Friday, so I have a reservation, but that's for Friday's charm night. So we're good to go. Alright. If anybody wants to get in on this, you can just like holler at me. We're gonna get started now. I've called in everybody in meditation, so they're all here. Let's get started. Ramona, we're gonna start with you. Ramona, just let me know that you're here. Just like tap into the room and say hello, so I know that you're still here. I think you are. By the way, this charming is brought to you by Subway. Just kidding. Eat fresh. Ramona, are you here? She is here? Okay, Ramona is here. Awesome. Beyonce, you can get added to the list for a card pull, but the card pulls are free, and I did one for you just the other morning, so, you know, I mean, come on, girl. Let's let some other people have a piece of the pie. It's like you are Beyonce, you run New York, basically. But, alright, so Ramona, let's get into Ramona's charming, and we'll see how it goes. I've got Ramona and Jen, they've actually paid, so I'm going to do a charm, a card, a charm, a card, in that order. And you can see a charming, Beyonce, and maybe decide if you want to buy one. And if not, then possibly towards the end, if I can have time, I'll pull a card for you. But I have just recently pulled a card for you. So, and I did it on a morning forecast, which I never do. So that's like a big, I already like did, you know, I already rolled out the red carpet for you that day. Okay, so let me switch cameras really quick and we'll get into charming. We're just going to charm for Ramona with a focus on the future spirit. Because what does Ramona need to know? Like, this new job, her life, where's it heading? Brought to you by Subway. Exactly. Versus brought to you in the Subway. Okay. All right. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, let's see what's going on for Ramona. Let me fix this just a little bit so we can see almost all the board. Let me get my bulletproof pointer. Okay, so it's funny that you asked for a future reading, right? And a lot of your charms are in the future part of the board. First off, that's what I want to say, like Ramona, as I look at this. Let's first pull your Scrabble tiles. So we have an M, we have an A, we have a Z, we have an S, and an L, So I don't know if any of those letters are necessarily significant to you, but like, you know, those are your letters. What were they? Saul, Sam. We've got a Sam in here. I don't know. But those are your letters. So I don't know if we can think on them for a while or look at them. What's the numbers? 2, 3, 4, and 10 is 14 is 5. So they come to a total of 5 in numerology. But anyways, so you can't really see that. Let me move that down. All right, let's get into your charms. So you asked for a future reading, and it's funny because a lot of your stuff fell to the future side. So let's look at what we've got going on. Smalls. Somebody said Smalls. That's true. Biggie Smalls is in the house. Oh my God, Beyonce. Biggie Smalls is in the house, bitch. Watch out. Good night, Terry. See you later, lambs. Y'all are like... I love how Jamie Taylor's like, lambs? All right, so anyways, let's get into the charms. So the first thing I'm going to say that this is all about having faith for you. And the reason why is because this is what draws my eye first, is this faith charm. And this faith charm sits sort of down in your subconscious, but close to your conscious mind. Like it's like you need to bring your faith up in the next few weeks. In the next, like if we're talking about going into the future, all of this third of the board is like your future, right? You have all of these charms going on in the future. But this faith is really looking important to me. It's really drawing my attention. The interesting thing is down here beneath the faith, you have a guardian angel, and I feel like he's got his hands on it, and he's like sort of pushing it up, like helping to push it up into your conscious mind, like into this space here, right? You also have the Archangel Michael here, and he's sort of in your present time, and he's face down. So I feel like it's not that you can't hear him or that you're not seeing him, but I feel like he is sort of working is the word that I'm getting, okay? Like he's doing work here. He's busy trying to get this present time space together for you. The way that I want to say this is that he's slaying demons, maybe the demons of your mind. I'm not sure. You do have the rubber snake here, the rubber cobra, which says to me that like you might have some funky thoughts in your subconscious. You might be dealing with some funky people or some memories of some funky situations that aren't really that powerful, but you're giving them more power than they deserve. And it feels like this snake is sort of like slithering around your faith, like making your faith questionable, okay? To me, this angel is kind of trying to protect that and lift it up and get it out there. And this angel here is trying to sort of work on your present time mind and your present time space to get you really ready to move forward. Now, right here we have the second chakra, right? This is the second chakra stone. This is kind of in, like, if the board is separated into threes, right? This would be sort of your present time space, right? And this is sort of your higher mind, your subconscious, and your present, like, awareness mind. This to me is turned over. It's kind of like a little bit from the past. It is your second chakra. It feels like you had sort of like a stalling in your ability to create or to make things happen. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like maybe that might be what Michael was sort of working on too, is helping you now, because I feel like that's starting to shift as you're moving forward. It almost feels like there's a fight happening between this and this. Like this glass charm and this glass charm are kind of pushing and pulling. Like I feel like almost magnets between them, if that makes any sense. Like your faith is questioning your ability to create, or your ability to create is questioning, is making you have less faith in the present moment. But that's going to start to change, okay? Because this is more towards the future. So it's like I feel like your faith is slowly getting better. You have the old symbol that I had in here that used to be for Aquarius, and this symbol is upside down. So I'm not sure if you know a significant Aquarius or somebody that sort of was an Aquarius that was big in your life or maybe caused some of these problems. This Aquarian might be related to these rubber snake ideas. Like where I want to say is like if you had an ex or maybe your mom or somebody that put bad ideas in your head about who you are and what you can do, what you can achieve, and maybe they were an Aquarius or had strong planets in Aquarius. Does that make sense? So to me, it feels like they weren't serving you, and somehow they put this shit in your head, in your subconscious. They like planted it here, and that snake still sort of you're battling with it, right? But it is a rubber snake. The rubber snake is not like the metal cobra. The metal cobra to me is sort of like the one that you really have to watch out for. The rubber snake is usually like kind of like, you know, like a rubber chicken. It's sort of a joke. It's not as serious. It still can be annoying and a pain in the ass, but it's not really. It's not worth worrying about. It's more like these are like more annoyances or maybe thoughts in your subconscious that kind of get in your way and fuck things up for you and mess with your faith. Now, what I do want to say here, you have the turtle, which is similar, like sort of symbolic of Mother Earth. And to me, the turtle is usually protected. Right now, you feel vulnerable. This turtle is flipped over. But what I want to say about this energy is that I feel like your place in the world, you kind of maybe might feel a little bit vulnerable with your home situation or whatever, but this turtle being here says to me that it can very easily be flipped over moving forward as you work on this faith. Okay, and you'll feel more protected with, you know, a turtle's kind of got their home on their back with the shell, and they can withdraw and sort of go inward and protect themselves. Right now, you maybe don't feel like you have that opportunity or that luxury, but at some point, I feel like you might be able to as you build this faith. This really is about this charm here. Like, it's really what's drawing my attention. So, and I'm going to explain some more to you. There's a lot of activity happening in the lower part of this board, and this has to do with your subconscious. This is about what you think you deserve, what you think you should have, what you think you have faith in about creating, right? And right now, in the past, you've had some hard times creating. That's why this is turned over. So you have here this faith. If we can, and this is what I'm feeling like I'm being told, like the charms are moving on the board as I'm looking at them. I mean, I feel like they're supposed to move. I'm going to show you how they're supposed to move in your life, if that makes sense. I know that sounds kooky, but that's what I'm going to tell you. If we can deal with these thoughts of the rubber snake, right? If we can deal with these bad ideas and kind of push them away, get them out of the picture, and allow this angel to sort of push this faith up more into the present time, right? So it's in the present conscious mind, and you're really living in a place of faith. Michael, Archangel Michael, he's slaying all those crazy demons that we have, those thoughts in our head of doubt or whatever. This will sort of slowly drift away. This Aquarian, whoever this is, this energy will disappear. Down here, we have this really beautiful button, which is the hieroglyph button, which says to me that you have ancient knowledge deep inside of you that you don't even realize that you need to bring forth. It's deep inside your subconscious. You have the crown. You are a queen. You deserve to be treated as such. You just don't know it yet. This faith was right next to the lizard, and the lizard represents dreaming. The lizard is flipped over because, and this is the reason why, is because this faith has yet to rise. If this faith, if you allow this angel, let's see which angel this is too, by the way. Hold on. I can't pick any of these up because I'm a finger biter. Hold on. A fingernail biter. This is Uriel. This is the Archangel Uriel. If you and Uriel work together to bring your faith into more of a conscious awareness and like work from this conscious awareness, this turtle flips over. You connect with Mother Earth better, more healthy, like you feel safer and more protected to move forward. Your faith is strong in your conscious mind, right? You start to realize that you deserve to be treated better. That's when your dreams, like the dream lizard, starts to flip over too, right? Okay. We also have the amethyst chakra, or the amethyst stone down here in your subconscious, which is associated with the third eye chakra. This is like psychic awareness, okay? And this ties into this this button here, this ancient knowledge that you have deep in your subconscious. I think that there's a lot of psychic awareness you have in your subconscious that you don't necessarily always tap into or allow to have happen. And it's sitting on top of the idea of the potential of having a family. Because you have the family charm here, not only face down, but also upside down. To me, it feels like the dream here might be at some point to have a connected relationship in a family. And you sort of, I feel like this amethyst stone is sitting over it, like trying to energize it through your third eye, but I don't think that you have the faith just yet to trust it, okay? But these are what is going to happen if you start to live in stronger faith. Faith in yourself, faith in your abilities, faith in the fact that you deserve everything that good that's going to happen to you, faith that you have the knowledge of how to handle situations, faith that you deserve to be treated like a queen or to be like honored and loved and not like be listening to these goddamn rubber snakes. Um, so, the other charms here, let's just look at these. Now, if this faith rises, I see that you have the green charm, which represents sort of money. It also represents healing, and it's the number 5, which is a high number on the dice. It's like the second to the highest number. The highest number would be 6. So to me, this says that in your future, there's an opportunity not only to gain some wealth, but also some healing. The reason why I say healing is we have this Reiki stone up here. This is in the high mind, and this is Shokure. This is the gaining, like the gathering of power in your high mind. To me, this is not only like Reiki healing energy, but what I'm hearing about this charm, or what I feel like Spirit is trying to tell me, is that not only is this the healing energy of the gathering your own power, but you're gathering your power in your higher mind to start manifesting. And this ties down with this knowledge down here. Ooh. For sure. Okay. And so, like, if you start to gain this power, like, you start to have this faith in yourself and really trust what you know, start to bring this stuff forward, you're going to start manifesting more money, more healing, open doors with the key, and really have like a fighting chance at your life. This boxing glove says to me that it's going to be something that's sort of like, uh, you know, to me, I feel like not that you'll be defensive or that you need to fight, but that you'll be able to protect yourself and keep yourself safe and move things forward in a way that you could be really, really surprised. And I think right now you maybe don't understand that just yet, but it's starting to shift, it's starting to change, and you need to lean into the changes. And I think too, as this rises, this flips over, and I feel like this moves forward too. So you start creating out of your second chakra again. You start to have faith in yourself and the creations that you make, and that you deserve these creations, and all of these charms start to go right. Right? And that's what happens in your future. So it's funny, you asked me, you're like, I want a future reading. And I was like, I don't know if I should do just a future reading. But to me, all of these are coming out in the future, but it's all surrounding this present moment, right? And the present moment, what's going on right now in the present moment is you have 2 very powerful archangels or spirit guides, however you want to choose to view it. They are working with you, whether you know it or not. If you honor them and you acknowledge them, you'll start to figure out more and more how they're gifting you with strength, whatever it is. But you've got to understand that that strength, or whatever it is that they're helping you with, the majority of it is coming from you. You're doing the work. You're in the human body. You're the one experiencing the emotions, the feelings, the fear, the doubt, all of that sort of stuff. And you're overcoming it, and you're moving forward, and you're moving forward in this faith. And it's this blue color, which is the color of certainty, right? So you're certain of your faith in yourself. And as you get stronger in that and bring that more, oh my God, the top of my head is tingling right now. As you get more into that faith and belief in yourself, all of this stuff starts to become a reality. You can start to let go of some of these old misheld beliefs that are like have bothered you. Whoever this Aquarian energy is, they can be let go of. Some of the things that benefit you and that you need or that you want or that you desire, you can start to actually bring forward from your subconscious. Your dreams can start to become real. You can start to actually think about the ideas of maybe having a romantic relationship and producing sort of like a familial situation that's actually that benefits you. Maybe heal some familial relationships that you might have that are pre-existing with, like, say, parents or siblings that maybe weren't great, but like in the future you can make them better, right? And you're going to be doing that all from your sort of your intuition or your third eye. But right now you're kind of holding that stuff back because to me it feels like you don't fully have that faith in yourself just yet. You're working on it. Okay? Ramona says, yes, I've come a long way in the last 6 or 7 months. You're about to come a lot longer way. Like, that's how I feel when I'm looking at these charms. It feels like as you believe in yourself and you say that, like you're saying that, I've come a long way in the last 6 or 7 months, is having this faith. You need to acknowledge that each and every day. And as you acknowledge that, let the angels sort of push that for you. Let them lift that up in your life. Let them like help you to see that, to see your strength, because you are the one doing the work. They're just assisting. And you can ask them, please, assist. Like, move me forward. I do it all the time, Ramona. I ask for help all the time from the angels, and they do assist, but they won't come in unless you ask for help. So maybe that's why Michael is down here. In the present moment, he's ready. He's like, here. He's like, okay, babe, just let me in, like knocking at the door. So invoke Archangel Michael and tell him, slay these stupid serpents that like are in my own mind, the thoughts that hold me back, because they are just that. They're like, dinky rubber snakes. Like, they're just they just sort of get in the way, and they're not really serving you. And right now you have a huge opportunity to move forward, and as you do move forward, you're going to build your strength and your certainty in yourself. And when you do that, you start to open up, and your higher mind, you're going to start to build power, and you're going to start to manifest from that power. And the things that you're going to manifest are going to be better and better and better. And you have to trust that. Have faith in that. And Ducky says, keep doing you. And the Aquarius? What about the Aquarius? Who's the Aquarius? I feel like the Aquarius needs to just slip away. Like, I feel like if you have faith in yourself, it doesn't matter. Does that make sense? This music is all... Oh, it's Metatron. Fierce. Let's turn it up. Each of these songs is named after an angel. You're Aquarius and working hard. Okay, well, that's fine. But then maybe this is your information. Like, what thoughts? Let me ask you this, because this is what I was sort of getting from this, is like there's limiting beliefs or thoughts coming from this Aquarian. Like you're doubting yourself somewhere, and this snake was all over that faith, right? That faith charm was down here, and the snake was sort of touching the Aquarian energy and all over the faith charm. So why? What is it that you're saying to yourself that might be limiting you or getting in your own way? Stopping your faith or holding you back? Tina Charlie says this reading relates a little to me. Wow. See, that's what I mean, guys. You guys can get stuff off of other people's charm readings. You don't have to always be here and buying one to sort of get a message. Like, Spirit will use the best way possible to reach the most people possible. It's kind of like when what was I going to say? When I do readings, sometimes, you know how I always see the themes of the night? Like, sometimes it's love, or it's, when I do cards for people, sometimes there's like matching energy. Like, we match. That's why we're here in the room tonight together, So a lot of you guys might be in similar situations or feelings and not even realize it. So one person's charming, even though it is their charming, you might be able to relate to it. We are more alike than we are different. So I'm going to say, stop thinking smalls. Have some faith, girl. Don't doubt yourself. It's all about this faith. It's key. Do you want to take a picture of this charm board before I clear it? Let me know if you got a screenshot. Angel says in Facebook, she says, killing me, Smalls. I think it's funny. Could be lambs. Slams. Yeah, it could be slam. It could be slam, like maybe you need to go to Denny's and have a grand slam breakfast, girl. Slam it out of the park. You're welcome, Ramona. Did you did you need to take a picture or are you good? I'm gonna start to clear the board. Say bye-bye. You're good. Ramona says, LOL, good idea to go to like have a grand slam breakfast. Slam the door on your doubt. That's a good one. Make your doubt more smalls. So stupid. Think positive though. That's the key here. The key is you're gonna have healing and money. You have to believe it, but you will move forward if you have that faith in yourself. Call on those angels. All right, Miss Anne-Marie Palladino. You're up for a card. Do you want to pick which deck? You can either have it from the Ritual deck, The Universe Has Your Back, or Angel Meditations. MM says, now I want breakfast, Lord. Positivity. Anne-Marie Palladino, are you there? Ritual deck. Okay, perfect. Let me shuffle for you. One moment. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, so here's your card. It's Athame, which is basically, obviously, it's a knife, but this is a tool that's used usually in ritual for drawing sort of the protection circle, or like, when you're doing sort of ritual, you use it almost similar to like, say, a magic wand, but it's a Wiccan sort of source of strength. People use them to sort of draw the circle of protection. It says, and call in energy, which it says here, call in energy, reflect positivity inward. So when I think of this, though, I look at this and I think of not only is it calling in your energy and reflecting positivity inward, but I also feel like there is this aspect to this about protection, and that you need to protect yourself right now, and maybe that's why it's saying call in energy and reflect positivity inward. It feels to me like the knife or the alphabet is like pointed in my direction. The way that the card is set, it's pointing towards me, which makes me think that it needs to be pointed towards you, right? That you need to turn it in on yourself and also use it to protect yourself. What else do I want to say about this? Like, to me, as I'm looking at this card and I'm asking, I feel like you're spread too thin right now. Like, maybe you have too many things going on, or you feel like you can't get everything done. Maybe these things are causing you stress, but it feels like you need to bring your energy back to yourself. Cut cords, cut things away that aren't necessarily that are like pulling your attention or pulling your energy and not giving back to you at this time. If that's like, I don't know, if that's relationships or just being overburdened right now. For some reason, can I ask, are you stressed right now? Like, it feels to me like when I'm looking at this card, like there might be this feeling of being spread too thin currently, and that's why this card is coming up. This card is telling me that you need to sort of like almost refocus and bring it back to you. and get really serious about drawing your boundaries, like drawing your with like a sense of purpose, if that makes sense. Like um, not I'm gonna thank you for the yes, Anne Marie. Thank you. It's like this idea that we can't just let things go willy-nilly. Not that you have been. I'm not saying that, because I know that your intentions are good as I feel this card and I feel your intentions. I know that your intentions have always been good, but maybe you might be a bit of a people pleaser, or you have been in that sort of energy of trying to do right for too many other people, but they're not necessarily giving back to you in the same way. And so this card is calling for you to sort of get serious and be more direct, be more like that's not the right word. Like, the word that I want to use is brutal, but it's not brutal. Like, you want to be more clear and concise, like with your boundaries right now. Um, what is the word? It's not brutal. Brutal's not the right word, but there's a sort of seriousness to this card that I feel like that it wants. I want to say brutal, but brutal is not the right word. But you have to like draw your boundaries right now in this sort of savage way. No, savage is too extreme too. But like very serious. Does that make sense? Like direct would be good. You are perfect. Anne Marie's saying I am. Clear, but it's more. It's more like I know, like clear and direct are fine. Like I have said those words. What I'm saying is there's a sort of like a all or nothingness to it, that like you have to be willing to put yourself first, Anne Marie, above all else. Like above all else, like be savage about it in the sense of like, and I don't mean savage in a bad way, but like you have to be so like dead on your boundaries right now. Like that's what this is. This is like not joking around. This is not like, okay, today I'm not doing it, but maybe tomorrow I will. This is like no more. Right? This is like this sort of a tool is very much a directing of the energy and bringing it inward to yourself, but also really drawing that boundary and really saying no, and then holding to that no. No wishy-washing and going back, or no, do you know what I'm saying? So to me, it feels like it's almost like it's so serious that it's like it's all or nothing. Assertive, that's a good one. Assertive is a good one, Rose. Do I know the camera is backwards? What do you mean? Oh, to you guys, is it? Oh, sorry. It's not to me. There you go. Is that better? I'm the one that has to read the card here, Anne. So now I have turned the sword to you, my dear Anne Marie. It is now pointing at you. Before it was pointing at me, but as it was pointing at me, it was telling me that how you need to protect yourself. So now I hand it to you by turning it that way, so that you can turn that energy inward, as the card says, and you can protect yourself. You can conserve yourself, and you can do it with maybe brutal is that maybe this is the word why I say brutal. Like do it with such brutal honesty that there's no way anybody can step over those boundaries. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's maybe where the word brutal comes in, is it needs to be so real and so honest and so clear and concise that there's no room for changing it. Now it's upside down? Okay, I'm super confused. Okay, so what is she saying about the camera being reversed? I don't get it. Now it's out of focus. Hold on. Oh, listen to my dog. He sounds like a doom buggy. He's all meh, meh. Now it's just upside down and backwards. Are you all drinking? Thank you, Anne Marie. I'm glad you understand. All right, I'm gonna take it off. I don't know what you guys are talking about. You're freaking me out, though. I think you're all drunk. The words are backwards? Yeah, because I invert the camera for the charm reading so that it's upright. Alright, so let's get to Jen Di Fiore. You said general. So general charming reporting for duty. You ready? Thank you, Spirit, for that reading. Can I please get a charm for Jen Di Fiore? What does she need to know? Okay. Oh, interesting. Alright, so let's see. You've got G, L, E. Or you got a nice set of legs, girl. I don't know. Okay. Or maybe it's Lego my ego, girl. I don't know. We'll see. We're back on breakfast topics. Maybe that's the theme tonight, is everybody needs to go get waffles at a 24-hour diner. Alright, so let me look at this for 1 minute. Alright, I'm gonna say this right out of the gate, Jen. Alright, I'm sorry, Suzanne. Yeah, that's why I was saying you're a little bit far down the list. Have a good time at work next time. Alright, so I'm gonna say this, Jen. It feels like things aren't working right now for you. It feels like you're almost in your own way a little bit, like you're trying to get things to work better, if that makes sense. And the reason why I say that is I'm going to explain. A lot of these charms feel sort of like, I don't know, like they're just not quite making it or pushing through. And the reason why is it all centers around this. We've got the crucifixion happening here. Like I feel like this is you being hard on yourself. You not letting yourself off the cross. You not being kind to yourself. You do have Archangel Michael. Out of all of the archangels, he's face down and he's underneath this Leo charm and this Leo coin, right? With the Leo side up. So I feel like he's trying to like get through here, but you're maybe not letting him. I feel like Mary here is a woman that like is from that you've known for a very long time, that you might be struggling with, or like I feel like the relationship is sort of at odds or not. It's not horrible, right? Because she's face up, but because she's lying sideways this way, it feels like she's sort of like, to me, I feel like, I don't know what your relationship is like with your mother, but to me, this might feel like that. Like, if it's sort of strained at times or it has been difficult in the past and coming into the now, maybe you've been having some disagreements or just wonkiness in the communication. Does that make sense? The words are backwards, that's fine. You don't have to read them in. Don't worry, I'll flip it over and read it for you. She passed away. Because I feel like maybe this is her spirit then reaching out to you, trying to like watch over you, but I feel like she's sort of like crossed over. That's why she's laying sideways. Maybe that's the message, is that she's crossed over like as in passed away. And she's also, her foot is in the past. So I feel like she's kind of trying to, maybe it's not that she's at odds, maybe it's that she can't help you. Well, not that she can't help you, but she's trying to help you from the other side. And maybe it's not, you're not realizing it, or you're not connecting with it that like she wants you to connect with it, because I feel like she's right around you, but like you're being really critical of yourself. You do have this sort of healing charm here, which says to me that there is this focus of wanting things to be better, maybe even monetarily wanting things to be better. That's sort of been in the past. You've been kind of concentrating on that sort of stuff, but you're still being like sort of critical of yourself and not allowing yourself a break, and maybe she wants to see this break happen. You have the horse charm here also, which is face down, and this is like the symbol for power or personal power. You also have this bony fish, which I put in here. This was from my box. This bony fish kind of represents sort of lack, right? It's like that sort of sad meal that like some stray cat doesn't even want. And so to me, it feels like the energy all around this and the plane is like this is about travel, but it feels like it's upside down. It's not. Let me see here. What is going on here? Like I feel like wires are crossed. Up here in the higher mind, we have the Abraham Hicks charm, and it's attached to the old rusty key, which that happens from time to time, but it is face down. This is all about manifestation in the higher mind, but when you flip it over, it's also upside down and flip down. So it says to me that your manifestation skills aren't really coming to you like maybe they have in the past. And then this here that everybody's saying is backwards or nobody can read. It says, dwell on good things and all good things will come to you, which it's upright, which says to me that you know this principle, but it's sort of in your higher mind upside down. Like you're trying to sort of finesse this idea of focusing on the positive. Therefore, you'll unlock the ability to sort of start to manifest again productively in your higher mind. But right now, it feels to me like you're sort of maybe struggling a little bit. Down here in your subconscious, you have Shokure, which is the healing Reiki charm, but this is also the building of power. And I feel like this power has been building within you, deep within you. And there is also coming up in your future a very deep transformation that's going to take place in your subconscious. You have the baby charm, which says to me either, I think that a large part of why you're doing what you're doing maybe is if you don't already have children, maybe you want children? Do you have children, Jen? I don't feel like it's lack of confidence. To me, I feel like you're being really self-critical. So I feel like this represents is this is for the children. Whatever work you're doing right now, like as you move into the future, it's always been and will always be for the children. But a major transformation will happen in the future. Clear communication is kicking off here. This is the throat chakra. This is in the future. This is upright. You also have another Reiki healing stone here, which is I'm not sure the name of this one, but it is sort of flipped over and it's about this clear communication. I think that you need to access some of this healing. But I feel like there's this personal power thing that's happening. You have the Sacred Heart charm face down in the future, which says to me that there's an opportunity for you to shine from your heart. And you also have the heart chakra here face down. So it says to me like you have the opportunity to live more from a heart based and emanate that from not only your conscious mind but your higher mind too, and that's gonna like alleviate a lot of whatever stresses that you're under right now. But right now you need to find your way out of sort of this stress situation, or this like giving yourself so much pressure. And that's why, who's the Leo? There's Leo energy underneath it with Michael, Archangel Michael underneath, and I feel like Archangel Michael's in the middle of all of this. And I really do think that this might be the spirit of your mom trying to help everything and trying to give guidance. And maybe you're not able to see it because there's just too much going on around you, and you're too caught in your thoughts about how you should be doing this better, you should be doing that better, you should be this, you should be that. And I feel like it's sort of like not assisting you in accessing some of these better like, because the fact that you have the power, like you have the horse, which represents power, you have the airplane, which represents travel. This fish could be, this fish could be, not only does it represent, like to me right now, it looks like sort of scarcity or lack, right? But it could also represent as death. Like if we, like, let's say this, okay? Say that we get Archangel Michael able to assist, right? We bring him in and we say, please, Archangel Michael, please come in and assist me. Help me to clear my mind and my thoughts of sort of what anything that doesn't serve me for my higher good right now. So Archangel Michael starts whipping your mind into shape. He starts helping you to see where you're good, where you're doing things right. Your horse, this personal power horse, flips over. You start to believe in yourself again, or you start to realize that you have power, you have the ability to sort of do this. You're able to sort of remove yourself from this present time situation, like fly out of here, take flight out of here, and head in the other direction, right? And this becomes more of like a letting go, or a dying, so to speak, like a letting go of the skeletons in one's closet, or whatever sort of maybe holding you back, letting that go. You're building this power down here. You have this healing charm. This is all about healing. And again, it's similar to Ramona's charming because she had this too, in the sense that she had the earth, the turtle representing like sort of Mother Earth and protection. I feel like that flips over and moves into the future. You have clear communication. You have two different heart charms happening here. This is heavy duty living from the heart, living from a heart-centered place, being able to dwell on good things, and all good things will come to you. We get rid of this rusty key and we turn this over, and we're able to manifest in a way that is positive from the higher mind. Do you see what I'm saying? Am I making sense? Let everything go. That actually makes a lot of sense, Ducky. Oh, you are going on vacation? Then that would be the plane. Yes, that would be the plane. Don't eat any fish. I don't want you to get any bones caught in your throat. I'm kidding. Totally kidding. But that would be the plane, is the vacation. So I really think you have room to like transform this, and you will. And I love that these two heart pieces are here in your future. You have some big changes coming in the future. And I think that a big transformation is going to be happening on your subconscious. It has to do with this sort of building of power that's been happening. And as you move forward, maybe post-vacation, more healing will come in. But you need to stop being so hard on yourself. Start communicating with your mom's spirit if you don't already, and invite Archangel Michael in to do some work. You might be attacking life like a lion instead of like a lamb. Angel's putting to Jen, what you don't see is Angel's telling me right now she has 4. Leg equals 4. 1, 2, and then 2 is 4, and then there's the 4 dice, right? And then there's 4 flying things. There's 2 angels. Where are the 2 angels? A butterfly. What butterfly? There's no butterfly. Oh, the butterfly, the angel, and the plane. You might be talking about Mary as being the angel? I think honestly, the area of your transformation is, it has something to do with your communication, and it also has something to do with living more from your heart. But you have to start to trust yourself. You have to sort of open yourself up and stop being critical. And kind of stop sort of and access your personal power and move forward in that. let this vacation like replenish you and heal you. Like it will bring you forward. Rose says, so far you have a leg of lambs. Y'all are stupid. And it's the fourth chakra too. Exactly. The fourth chakra is here too. So there's a lot of fours. That's like 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. And 4 is like stability. And when I look at 4s in readings, I always see 4s as stability because I think of the 4 legs on a table as what stabilizes, or 4 legs on a chair is what stabilizes a chair. So, and 4 worry stones, chakra and digits. So yeah, you have 1, 2, 3, 4. I wouldn't call them worry stones, but like I see what you mean. That's true. That's actually really good connections. So I think you need to, when you get on vacation, you need to put gel on your legs just to be safe, okay? Ask the Archangel Michael in. While you're on vacation, ask him to assist you in relaxation, all of that stuff. Oh, 4 kids, and your birthday is the 4th of this month. That's crazy. So it's all about 4s, girl. Maybe you're more stable than you understand. You have a leg to stand on, girl. That's what Ramona just said. Good. Go to Florida and relax. Do you need to take a photo of this? A screenshot? In the other side, what are you saying, Angel? In the other side, there's a 4 and another dice with 5 and 1 showing. What, over here you mean? In the actual charm box? You're welcome, Jen. Okay, I can't see that because I've got the chat box, so I can't see that part of the screen over. I can't see when my hand goes in. I cannot see what I'm grabbing because my chat box is over half of the video that you guys are watching. So, Anne, you're up for a card. Amazeballs! Right? Well, I would look up the spiritual significance of the number 4 right now. I mean, that's what I'd be doing. I'd be Googling the shit out of just what does 4 mean? What does 444 mean as an angel number? I look those up all the time, but 444 is an angel number. That might have significance. You might want to look at that. I would also just look at like just the numerology. Google the numerological meaning of the number 4. You see 3 dice all with the 4? I can't see any of this stuff because I'm reading your guys' thing. Hold on, let me see. Where do you see it? I see, oh, the red one, the white one. I don't see the third one, but I see the red one and the white one. Where's the other? I don't know. I can't see you guys chatting though if I have this open like that, so I can't see. All right. Hello, Google. It's me again. Jen D. Fiore says, Beyonce Knowles' birthday's on the 4th. of this month? Okay, yeah, that's cool. Anne, are you still here? Do you want a card? And you need to pick your deck, Anne. And then after Anne is MM, so MM, September 4th. So Beyonce's birthday passed. Are you okay, Bodhi? Take what resonates, Beyonce. Beyonce shares my birthday. That's what Angel says. That's cool. I like how Beyonce shares your birthday, Angel. You don't share Beyonce's birthday, but Beyonce shares yours. Anne, are you here? Am I not seeing Anne's comments? Anne on YouTube? Or did she leave? Jen says that's her dad's birthday. I think Anne left. I'm not seeing her commenting. Does anybody see if Anne Jewel is still in the room? Christy, I have some of my list right now, but I'm trying to find the people that jumped on it and now they seem to have disappeared. So give me just a moment. Anne is here, so is she not? I think she should be on YouTube. Maybe she's away from her screen? Because I don't usually ever not. Sometimes I don't see Facebook comments, but usually YouTube's good. She might be away from her screen. Anne said universe has my back. Okay, so I'm not seeing Anne's comments for some reason. It's lag. Okay, MM says the same thing. She said universe has my back. All right, Anne, we're going to do universe has my back for you. Sorry, for some reason I'm not seeing her comments. This is weird. I've never had that happen with YouTube. All right, and then MM, you're next. So get in your mind what you want. Did you hear that? That's all right. So Jen DiFiore says angel number 4. Number 4 also resonates with the energies of the archangels. Angel number 4 is an indication that your angels are offering you love, support, encouragement, and inner strength. And you had that Archangel Michael right at the center of everything. All right. Universe has her back, and so do we, Beyonce Noel says. All right, here we go for Anne Jewel. Let's see. Spirit, thank you for that reading. Thank you for all of those 4s. Thank you for having people see that. Please give me a card for Anne. What does Anne need to know in the present moment? I hope this, please don't let this card be upside down for Anne. Oh, there you are, Anne. I see you. It is a big lag. I see you now. You're coming through now. I'm shuffling for you now. Give me one moment. Okay. Okay, you ready? Is that going to be upside down to you? Let me see if I can change it so that you can... How do I... Hold on. Maybe if I do this... Does this make it better? Tell me if this makes it better for you guys. Is that better? Does that work for you guys? Or does that make it upside down? Yeah, I see that you're here, and now all your messages are coming through. It's still upside down? What about if I do this? I don't understand. What am I doing with this camera? Is that right? Oh my god, this is driving me nuts. Here, I'm just gonna do this. Because the way that I read the charms, I have to invert the things so that I can see it. So I flip it vertically. So I'm going to flip it back vertically for charm reading like I normally do. That makes it upside down, but I'm just going to do this. That way you guys can see me, and I'll hold the card. Okay. Wait, it was perfect? Where was it perfect? Shit. Maybe it's this way then? Hold on, let me go back there. Sorry, guys. Nobody's ever complained when I've done it. Is that right? Or is that wrong? Alright, that's right. Okay, good, because that's not only... Alright. So the card is, I am the dreamer of my dream. So what I want to say about this is that it means that this is like sort of like you are the creator of your world, basically. To me, when I look at this, it says that you get the choice. You get to pick what it is you want. You get to pick how you feel. You get to pick where you put your attention. When I look at this, though, I look at this to me looks like a beautiful, like sort of dusky sky. This purple here, right? But I feel like at times it can feel sort of oppressive, or it can sneak in and be like a darkening sky. And it's really all about how we perceive it, right? Do we see that there's stars in the sky? Do we see that the dream is still there? Or do we get sort of caught up in the dream, and the dream becomes sort of like scary? Or it's funny to me because this is a really beautiful card, but when I look at this, I feel like there's a duality to it. Like, you can dream, but you can also sort of be caged by your dreams, or be pushed back by your dreams. Like, this feels like this could, to me, it looks like a beautiful dusky sky with stars in it. But maybe at times when you're trying to dream, it looks like oppressive or nighttime. Does that make sense? Like, it's not your like, it's the perception that you keep. It really is. This card is telling me it's about the perception that you keep for yourself, that you are the one that's in charge. You are the dreamer of your dream. So are you going to dream this as a beautiful night sky? Or are you going to dream it as a, I can't see, it's too dark. How are we going to hold it? How are we going to see it? How are we going to view it? Because we get to make that choice. And that's what this card says to me. So, and then the funny thing is when I talk about that perception, then I look at this whole other side of the card that's sort of white. And that represents sort of the light pushing up against this darkness and pushing it away, right? Like removing it from the card altogether, as if this whole card, as if this purple, which is really beautiful, would be retracting, and the white is pouring over the purple and flooding it out. So it really is a perception thing of how do we choose to dream? How do we choose to perceive things? Do we perceive this as it like sort of coming in and taking over, or do we perceive our light pushing it out and shining and turning everything bright? Right? Do you see what I'm saying? Is that making sense? Now turn the card upside down. Oh, y'all are driving me fucking nuts with this shit. Like that? Is that correct? Now, is that correct? I need a final answer. Can you all read that card? It's still wrong? I don't understand. I flipped it every which way. How about this way? Can you read that? How's that? Does that work? That's weird. I don't understand. And then Lori says it was fine, that she could read it. So I don't get it. You all are like messing with me. I think you all are sitting at home drinking. Anyways, that was your card. I'll leave you with that, Anne. You are the dreamer of your dream. Continue to dream and stay dreaming. MM, do you want a card? I don't understand what you guys are saying anymore, so I'm just gonna, if we're just gonna do cards, I can hold up cards to the camera, and that way you guys can read them better and see my beautiful face, and we're not charming anymore, because I don't think anything else came in via charming. Let me just make sure. No, we're fine. So let's do a couple more cards, and then I'm going to sign off because it's almost at the 2 hour mark. So, MM, do you know which deck you want? Angel Meditation. All right, cool. We're going to crack open all three options tonight. It's so exciting. It's like having a wine party, which I think some of you are actually doing because you hoes can't see anything upright or right side up, no matter which way I put it. And when I say hoes, I mean that in a good way, okay? Like, you got to understand that some of my best friends, I call them hoes. So don't be offended. Just like when I say bitches with a Z. I think Ducky gets it and Angel gets it and stuff, but some of you ladies, I don't want to offend you. So, all right. So ready? I thank you for that reading. That upside down, swirling around reading. That was too much for anybody. But anyway, now I ask for a reading for MM. What does MM need to know right now? Which angel meditation does MM need? So this is yours. These have kind of like really long descriptions, so I'm going to read it to you. Are you ready? This is the angel of synthesis. In the white light of my soul, I see the synthesis of who I am. Synthesis is a key quality for understanding what the future brings. The energy of appreciation is very important in order to understand the meaning of synthesis in our lives without becoming victims of what happens. With the quality of synthesis, we develop the ability to see unity and diversity, and we open the way to the inner wisdom that brings wonderful synchronicity into our lives. So I sort of feel like when I hear all of that and what she says, it's kind of like, to me, it reminds me of what she says. I read it. Who's she? I think she's this little. See, I hate this camera too because it's always backwards. I can never point to anything correctly. But I think it's her. I'm talking about her. She's the one talking when I read it. I'm reading for her. Anyways, I feel like she's telling you to find sort of the similarities, not the differences. Like looking at things through a lens of being connected to everything. Realizing that you are one with everything else, that you are synthesized with the world around you, even if it maybe feels sort of challenging at times. And this is what I talk about, like when I usually end the morning forecast, when I talk about finding the gratitude, or finding that's like sort of this angel of synthesis is sort of like finding that synchronization or synthesization, if that's a word, with the world around you, no matter what's going on. If you can ease into it, lean into it, let go, or be dragged, like if you can have that attitude, and you'll start to open yourself up to seeing what is working, what is in line, and how you align into it and where you fit. It's a like a sort of a smooth and beautiful process. We have this beautiful rainbow here. Like, so to me that says, like, after a storm comes the rainbow, the sort of magical, beautiful thing. So we might have to go through the challenges, but we find that synthesis within the challenge. And as we synthesize, through the challenge, and we ease into it, then the rainbow becomes apparent, and we can see it, and we become connected, and we feel more at peace because we feel more connected. We don't feel a victim to our circumstance. We feel involved in the creation of our circumstance. Similar to Anne's card, I am the dreamer of my dream. It's like a perception thing. Like, do we want to believe that we are challenged by everything and we can't? Or do we want to believe that we can, and this may be challenging, but it's challenging because it's trying to show us what we're capable of? It just shifts the energy, it shifts the perception of how we approach things. And when we become more in acceptance of it and more synthesized to it, then we move through it with more ease and more grace. And we are more like, I want to say, like an active participant in our life versus like sort of like a, what do they call it? Like an innocent bystander when they get shot and by accident. Like, we don't want to be an innocent bystander in our life. We want to be an active creator. And so this card to me says get in there and create. But to do that, you need to sort of be in sync and in awareness of what's going on around you, and in appreciation of those things, and in acceptance of those things, no matter what they may be. And as you find that acceptance, then you're able to synthesize. And as you synthesize, then you're able to put yourself into more of a sort of like creator-like seat, where it's exciting and thrilling and fun, even if it's a pain in the ass. Does that make sense? So that is your card. That's what I got out of this card, even though there are long descriptions on these little tiny cards. But that's the angel that you should call in. So ask the angel of synthesis. I would Google which angel dominates synthesis. And I would kill my cat for trying to go through my shelves right now. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Come here. Come here. Come on. Come here. Oh, ding dong. Here's my angel of synthesis. He just wanted to stop by and say hello. He does not like a computer. I swear to God, I think it emanates like an energy that he doesn't like. He's always like, and he hates my phone. He swats at my phone all the time. You're welcome, MM. You're very, very welcome. Oh, you're not going to be able to last that long on my thigh. You're going to slide right off. Suzanne left. So Christina Davis Buffkin says, Dan, I feel like you're my spirit animal. So, Beyonce, do you want a card? Because you did ask for a card and you're still here. You've been here all night and you've been kind of helping Ann out and everything. And your name is Beyonce Knowles. I could give you a card if you want. Spenny. What's the matter, Spenny? Spenny, this eye is doing the same thing. What is going on? You need your drops. I need to put your drops in. Did I maybe put your drops in the wrong eye, Spenny? Huh? Stony E. Lyman, Stony. Who needs one? I'm not sure. Jamie, who are you talking about? I'm confused. Here comes Ingemar. Ingemar's in the room too. They're all coming in. Ingemar, come here. Come here, baby. Ingemar, come here. Ingemar. Ingemar. Come here. It's okay. Come here, kid. Come here. Come here. You guys haven't met Ingemar, have you? Hi. Right near your neck. Uh-oh. Come here. It's okay. This... Oh, shit. He's gonna claw me. He doesn't like to be held. Ingemar, it's okay. Relax. This is Ingemar. He's a little bit more nervous than Sven. What's going on with your necklace, babe? It's okay. Can I take this off? Alright, Ingemar's like, fuck this, I'm out of here. He's actually a cool cat. He only likes, he's a little skittish. He comes in at like 11 o'clock and walks across my face to be pet and purrs at night. He's not as friendly as Sven. Anyways, did Beyonce leave? Or did I lose all my YouTubers? Everything's lagging. Maybe this is a sign that it's time to go. Cat! I prefer pussy. Anyways, I know, isn't he beautiful? And it's a bummer. They're both beautiful, but Ingemar's gorgeous, and he's he's sort of a little bit timid. He comes into my bedroom at night when the lights go out, and that's when he wants to cuddle. And he's very, I think he was older when I went to get him and Sven from the SPCA. He was a bit older, and I don't know what his situation was ahead of time, like if he was in a bad situation before he made it to the Humane Society. But because he's older, I think he's a little bit more less trusting. Sven is totally trusting. Sven will let you roll him on his back and rub his belly, and Ingemar will, but you have to let Ingemar come to you. He won't. He's just a tough sell. And if I approach him too quickly, even if I've got fish or tuna fish or something in my hand to give him, he freaks out and runs. And I'll be like, Ingemar, come here, and he just until he realizes that you have food, and then he'll go oh, okay, and then he'll come over, and then he's just skittish, but he's a good cat. Beyonce is here, so which deck, Beyonce? So what do you mean, Christina Davis Buffkin? You're saying experiment with me with crossed over pets, via a charm meeting or via a card? Yeah, it's your turn, Beyonce. I need to know which deck you want me to pull a card for you on. You just need to tell me, do you want Angel Meditations, Ritual, or The universe has your back. Girl. Girl. Hey, girl. Beyonce, are you actually a woman? That's what I want to know. Like, the person behind the keyboard, are you a woman? Or are you a 300-pound man named Tiny? Tell me the truth. Does it put the lotion in the basket or else it gets the hose? Universe has your back, girl. Okay, let's get an upside down card going for Beyonce Knowles. I love that Beyonce shows up to all my lives. I follow her on Instagram. She comes to my lives. You know how it is. LOL, my name isn't Tiny. Good night, Jen. Have a great vacation. Alright. Thank you, Spirit. Can I get a card for Beyonce Knowles? Not the one that's married to Jay-Z, the one that's on YouTube right now. The one that stole the actual Beyonce Knowles name so that Beyonce can't actually be on YouTube. I will enjoy New York City. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna have a good time. Once I figure out how I'm taking everything that I'm gonna take there. If I could just get my dogs there. Oh, wow. Okay, ready? This is kind of like a nice closer for the evening, actually. So for Beyonce's closing number, she's going to do this. I witness the darkness and call on the light with my prayer. Thank you, universe, for guiding me to perceive this fear through the eyes of the teacher of love. So that kind of like to me sounds a lot like what we were just talking about with the Angel of Synthesis, and also like with Jen DiFiore's charm read, and with Anne Jewel's card. It's all about perception and where we choose to perceive things from. Even with Ramona's charming, it was about her faith in herself, right? And so to me, when I look at this, Beyonce, I love saying Beyonce. Like, I just feel like you and I are having a conversation that's so fierce. I witness the darkness and call on the light with my prayer. Thank you, universe, for guiding me to perceive this fear through the eyes of the teacher of love. So taking your fears and looking at them through the eyes of love. Imagine how that changes things. Imagine like what sort of like vibrational shift takes place when we do that, right? And so, and we could talk about like things that we like really super fear, but like, what about just things that we're just doubtful about? Like things about ourselves that we're doubtful about. That's why like in the morning meditation, in the morning breathing exercises, I've been having us thank the body, the mind, and the spirit. It's because it shifts your sort of energy to a place of gratitude or love for something that maybe you take for granted, or something that maybe you dislike, something that maybe you've been self-critical about. And I only do that because I've done it to myself, right? But this card sort of is that thing where, and I'm practicing this myself, is learning how to be more open to and accepting of myself and honor myself, right? So, oh, that's nice. Ding. So, as I'm learning to do that, or as I explore that more and more, I learn to look at myself with a less, like, sort of critical, judgmental mindset. And so I look at myself with more acceptance, with more love, and from that, it sort of makes life a whole lot more fun. It makes it easier to be more present. It makes it easier to be less worried. It makes it easier to be just overall more excited and happy about life, right? So I think that that's a cool prayer to leave with tonight. Thank you, universe, for guiding me to perceive this fear through the eyes of the teacher of love. That's your card. You're gonna downplay me like that? I don't understand. What do you mean? Didn't Christina Davis get a card last week? Didn't she? Or did she? I thought she got a card and then she paid for a charming the following night. Correct? I just okay, so maybe you didn't steal Beyonce's name. Maybe you are the actual Beyonce. Maybe you are sitting up in your penthouse in New York, like just hanging out with some gay dude on YouTube, Blue Ivy's with the nanny, and you just you find me to be fascinating. That would be so fierce. Which deck did you want? But the card is sweet. Well, says the girl who can afford the world, who runs the world. Christina, what deck did you want? How about one from the ritual deck? Do you want one from the ritual deck? Or do you want another angel meditation? Which do you want? Tell me quick. Wow, blue is with the nanny. Exactly. Hey Sonia, how are you? We're about to sign off, dear. Hello? Christina. Thanks for joining, Sonia, but we've been on about 2 hours, so we're just hitting the 2 hour mark, so I think we're getting ready to sign off. I need to eat. 2 hours of this and I need to eat. Ground myself a little bit. Message from your crossed fur brother. So do you have a particular deck? Because I don't know where... Good night, Rose. Where... Okay, hold on one second. Beyonce, for you, where it resonates is that you need to look at everything that you fear through the eyes of love, period. That is your message in that card. It's very easy, simple message. So anything that you're fearing, anything that you're doubting, you need to shift your perception, be grateful for what you're dealing with, and be looking at it through the eyes of love. And be grateful for it. That's the gist of that card. It's like a prayer, a thank you to the universe for allowing the fear to be the opportunity that allows you to shift into the eyes of, like, looking at things through the eyes of love. That's the gist of that card. So it shouldn't be too confusing. So anything that you're like fearing or worried about, look at it through the eyes of love. If it's a situation you can't control, you need to find love for the situation and let it go. Right? If you're looking for a specific card on, like, say, a boyfriend or a work situation or whatever, the card here is saying that what you need to do is be grateful, be thankful to the universe, say a prayer, and be like, thank you for everything that you give me, even the stuff I don't understand, even the confusion, and please allow me to look at these situations through the eyes of love. Because then you're coming from a more heart chakra centered place versus a more mental place where you're trying to understand or think or fix or control things. You bring it down into your heart and it's more based in love, and your relationship changes to the situation. So that would be the meaning behind that card. And you can apply that rule to anything and everything, and it's going to shift and be powerful, sort of magic, if that makes sense. Good night, Lori. Yes, next time. I'll be on Friday night, Sonia. Oh, from the ritual deck? All right. So let's see. 1 second. Thank you, Spirit. So, Spirit. Give me a message for Christina. It says infinity, incalculable. Okay, let me ask you a question. Was this dog like a black dog? I can see you, Christina. Can anyone see me? As I was shuffling, Beyonce says, thank you, universe, for guiding me to at Engelgeist. No, I understand what it means. Incalculable. I'm having a hard time speaking right now. And it is the infinity symbol, right? Which means the relationship between her and the pet goes on and on and on and on. But I was asking whether or not the dog was black because as I was shuffling, I was seeing a black dog in my mind, and I don't know if that was this dog. She's asking for a message from beyond, for her pet, which I've never done before. So as I was shuffling and I was saying her name over and over again, I was seeing this sort of like mixed black dog, kind of smaller, like I would say small to medium size. He's not like a lap dog, but he's not like really big either. He's sort of in between, and he has sort of soft curly fur. And as I was like, he almost looks like he might have been not a poodle, but like, I don't know, like what kind of dog? Like, you know how those snickerdoodles or whatever they are, like kind of dogs, where they have softer curls. That's what I was looking at. Black dog is sister. I don't know. So, anyways, I was seeing this black dog, but what I think of when I think of this is it feels like the relationship between you and that dog goes on and on and on. And so, if you're feeling sort of like missing that dog or loving that dog or disconnected from that dog because the dog is in spirit, I don't think that that's true. I feel like this card says to me that the dog is still with you. Like in the sense that you guys kind of go through this cycle, this infinity set symbol. It's incalculable as like how many times or how long you guys have been together through different lifetimes and different, you know, uh, uh, um, what's the word? Incarnations, right? So to me, it feels like this card is saying to me, or what the message is from this dog is that, like, don't worry, I'm always with you. I always will be with you, like from now until infinity. We've always sort of been together. We will always be connected. It's incalculable, like as much as we've done together. Like maybe in this life, but also in other lives where you guys have connected either as pet and owner or as other things, is what I'm sort of feeling or sort of sensing, is that you're not necessarily always like pet and master kind of thing, or pet and owner. Like you might have been brother and sister in another life, or you might have been, you know, boss and employee. Like, I don't know, but it feels to me like that spirit is trying to tell me that you have not, like they're around you still, and they always will be. You're welcome, Beyonce. Thank you. Black Dog is sister, and then hey Tanya, how are you? I'm actually getting ready to wrap up. I've been on for 2 hours. Um, I'm being seniored, feline. I'm not sure what that means, Christina. Can't say cat, apparently. Oh, you're being censored? I don't know, Lori. I don't know what this means. Censored, that's what you're saying. So you're being censored, so you were trying to type something about cat and it's not allowing you to? I'm confused where this is going because I thought you said you wanted a reading from a dog. I don't really know. This is why. And now you're laughing. So great. I'm glad that. Yeah. I'm getting tired, guys. I'm going to sign off. I will see you guys Friday night. You're welcome. Very much love. Have a great night. Take care, you guys. Remember, just believe in yourselves. Have a good night. I will see you guys. I'll do this again on Friday night. If you want a charm reading, you can make a reservation. Use my PayPal link. Follow me on Instagram at Engelgeist333, and also vote in the deck pageant so that we can choose a deck for the month of November. Like I said at the beginning of the video, okay? So your likes and your views and all that will factor into whether or not which deck gets picked. Okay? And I will see you guys tomorrow in the morning, and then again on Friday in the well, Friday morning too, and then again Friday evening for more charm readings. Okay? Good night, Jen Nicole. Good night, Jamie. But I'm gonna sign off. I'm tired and I need to eat, and it's 9:36, so I need some food. All right, I'll see you guys in the morning. Bye.